Most people think more followers equal more money, but that's simply not true. Followers are just attention, and you don't get paid for being seen, you get paid for being trusted. And that's exactly what content helps you to achieve. I run an info marketing agency that scales educational businesses up to 6 figures a month. So if you're either a coach, a consultant, or a course seller, I think this will be of great value to you. Throughout the last 2 years, I've been too stubborn to understand the true power of content. I've been running ads for clients in several niches, not just the educational space, for like 2 to 3 years. And I had this belief system that because content is something that is not trackable and something that you can't really predict, it was not worth my time learning. And this belief system is complete BS. Content should lay the foundations of your educational business because it makes people trust you and makes people know you. There is a trust recession in the educational space. There is a lot of scammers, a lot of people who don't know what they are talking about, and that is why the trust of the consumers, of the potential buyers, is at its lowest. That's why content is more important than ever, because you don't want to hard sell to anybody, you want the leads to sell themselves to you. That's what we are going to try to achieve today. Content has 3 main goals. Build awareness so people know you and the problem you solve. Number 2 is build relatability so people like you. And number 3 is build trust so they believe you can actually help them. Now imagine yourself a 3-part funnel, a normal classical funnel divided into 3 parts. Now you've got the top of funnel where you attract people, you've got the middle of funnel where you nurture them, and you've got the bottom of funnel where the conversion happens, right? If it's a low ticket product, if it's a high ticket product, mostly it's high ticket product, obviously, right? Because that's where the money is made. Once you understand this, you understand the true foundations of how content should be made. And we are going to dive into either one of those besides the bottom of funnel, because we just care about attraction and nurturing so far. Converting is for another day. So let's dive deeper into the first part, which is the top of funnel. The goal here is to get attention. Focus on reach, views, and followers. So here you are not diving deep into any topic. You are making people realize they have a problem and you have the solution. Remember, being authentic, relatable, and trustworthy is so important these days because of the low trust that comes from the consumers. And there is this big discussion about competition in the info space or the educational space. If you are authentic, if you are relatable and trustworthy, you basically delete or remove any competition there is. Nobody can compete with you in being yourself. You are the best at this game. That's what Naval Ravikant said. As you can see, you escape competition through authenticity. As you can see in the top of funnel, we've got some examples from the big names in the space, like Alex Hormozi, Jeremy Haynes, TJR, Breast Scales, Alex Hormozi again. These videos are not like extremely educational. They are not diving deep into some topics. These are clear examples of top of funnel content. How to change your life. Breast Scales, it all worked out. TJR and Iman Ghazi, 24 hours in Miami, breaking the Guinness World Record. Another vlog from Alex Hormozi, breaking your limits, top 1 entrepreneur, what it takes, whatever, from Jeremy Haynes. There's a big difference in what we can see in the top of funnel and what we can see in the middle of funnel content. Typical videos in this space or in this part of the funnel is how I will restart from $0, day in the life of a gazillionaire, how this cost me to get in shape, how to solve a problem. And these are just some examples, but I just want to get my point across that this is something that gets the attention, doesn't nurture heavily. And call to action, you shouldn't be selling anything here. You just want to move them deeper into the funnel. You just want to move them lower into the funnel. And you move them down the funnel by them watching your content. So that's what you want your call to action to be. You want to recommend them other videos of yours. Now let's move down to the middle of funnel. The goal here is to nurture, as we've said before. Focus on providing value and breaking limiting beliefs and educating your audience. Now this is where you dive deeper into topics, you do full breakdowns, you do longer form tutorials, leaked coaching calls, And most importantly, you show proof. So proof of how you got where you are and proof that you can get people where you are. So testimonials are extremely important in this space. There's the lower level of trust where people just trust you that you overcame some kind of problem, right? Because you showed your story. That's like literally what you should do in your videos. Then there's another level of trust where you helped somebody like them get to the goal. So remember, any chance you get, you have to show testimonials on your YouTube channels, like full on 30-minute calls with your clients on how they overcame the problem that you helped them overcome, and truly diving deep into their problem and into the solution and to how their lives have changed. You want to show it on Instagram stories, on YouTube, everywhere you can. Now let's take a look on some examples of the middle of funnel content. So we've seen the top of funnel and now we can really compare, because as you can see, Alex Hormozi, for example, has this 1-hour video helping persons scale a service business, breast scales, full ad creatives tutorial 2026, Alex Hormozi again, building $1 million business, Jeremy Haynes, if I took over your business for 30 days, I will do this first, TJR, very famous for his live day trading, and Shelby Saps, who is really heavy on short form content, so don't pay much attention to her long form videos, but you can see the clear difference in this and also in the views, right? Let's take a look at Breast. 750,000 views, and here he has only 27,000, because this is the middle of funnel part, is only where the serious people are, where the high intent leads are, and from here we will convert them down the funnel, which is conversion. And you can either get them to a sales call, get them to a book a call funnel, get them to a webinar, get them to DMs. There's different types of ways to close people for your educational offers, and we're going to get there in other videos. The key to making clients thirsty for your offer. What you really should do in your content to get people selling themselves to you. You don't have to chase them, they have to chase you. So attract your ICP. Everything you do, the way you talk, the way you structure your videos, the way your thumbnail looks, the way your title looks, is attracting a certain persona. And you really want to have your ideal customer profile in mind, so you can attract exactly the persona you want to attract. So your titles, your thumbnails, and the content of your videos have to attract a specific persona, as we said. So let's take a look at some bad titles, so you have a clear understanding of what I'm saying. How to make money quick and easy, or how to get in shape without changing your habits. These titles, as you can imagine, attract low quality people and low intent people. Views might be good because people are extremely lazy, but the conversion is poor, right? Because do these people really want to make a change? If you want to rework these titles to something more specific, something that attracts the ideal customer profile, it would sound something like this. Exactly how I helped Tyler scale from 12K a month to 80K a month. This is the mindset shift I had to make to get in shape. So you can see the clear difference between these titles. And you usually don't want to sell to people who want everything easy. That's why you should focus on attracting a certain persona, and you should have your ideal customer profile in mind. Their problems, their life situation, their ideal life situation, most importantly. Show proof and evidence. We've gone through this, like every chance you get, show proof in your videos, Instagram stories and highlights, reels, etc. Testimonials, your story, you doing what you are teaching others to do, like TJR doing live trading on YouTube, consultants publishing their masterminds, that's I think this video from Jeremy Haynes, for example, fitness coaches showing their physique, that's a proof in and of itself. Share your story. This comes back to the authenticity part. The more relatable you are to your ICP, the easier is their decision to buy. Show what you had to do to get to the point you are now, and talk about personal issues, and don't try to be the perfect influencer, because people can see through your bullshit, really. And people want someone they can relate to. The last part of this video is the golden video formula. There's only several things I want you to think about. First of all, it's the hook. Open the video with something that gets people going, and keep in mind that the first 15 seconds decides in most cases if the person is going to watch the whole video or not. Number 2 is problem. So in educational videos, you want to basically acknowledge their problem, you want to present their problem to them. Number 3 is authority. So let's take the easiest example, and that's the fitness coach. Problem is you are fat. Authority is I was fat and now I am not, and now I'm in shape. Solution is the program or the way you got into shape. Proof is also you getting into shape, but most importantly, your testimonials, your clients that you helped getting from fat to in shape. And CTA, call to action, is moving them down to funnel. So it's either getting them signed up for a webinar, getting them to a sales call where you're going to sell them your program, getting them to Instagram DMs, getting them to comment. It's basically anything that moves them down the funnel. Coming up with ideas for content pieces is something I also struggle with, and this is how I do it now. Write down all the problems you can think of your ICP, of your ideal customer. Engage your audience to know what they are interested in. And from here, every problem, every comment, every DM, every question can be one content piece. And you want to research your competition. Which people are your ideal customers watching? You want to go to their Instagram, you want to go to their YouTube, and you can copy them, or you can just check out what is working for them. And don't only judge it by the views, because as we've said before, as we've clarified, views aren't everything. And you should understand that by now, because we've basically gone over the top of the funnel and the middle of the funnel. And we now understand that in the middle of the funnel, the highest quality leads are, right? So it's not only about views. And as I have mentioned before, I run an info agency that helps educational businesses scale to 6 figures a month. We do that by taking care of your marketing, taking care of your funnels and of your sales. So we basically want to take care of the whole back end of the company, so we can focus on the most important skill that you have, and that is coaching or consulting, or basically spreading your know-how. If you're interested in working with us, you can either message me on Instagram or straight up book a call, which will not be any salesy call. I really want to know what goes on in your business, because I'm truly interested and I like this game. So have a nice day, watch more of my content, see you.